two women who said that they had been abused, saying it happened decades ago, and they thought that they could look at the evidence in this case, which is about assault, and view it fair and unbiased based on what comes into the courtroom. And one woman who is proceeding said she was arrested when she was 16 for shoplifting at Harry Potter's World at Universal Studios. The judge asked her what she stole. She said it was a...
Today in a New York federal courtroom, Sean Diddy Combs told the judge he was, quote, a little nervous. The rap mogul's criminal trial began this morning. He is trafficking, racketeering, and more.
From red carpet glam to courtroom chaos, the Combs family's world is unraveling like never before. Behind the flashy outfits and Hollywood smiles lies a dark, messy drama that's got everyone buzzing.
Because we now know who all the prosecutors will be on Diddy's trial. They're all women. They have assembled a team of female prosecutors, and that is definitely not by accident.
What began as quiet whispers has exploded into a full-blown legal firestorm. At the center are Sean Diddy Combs and his son Christian. But this isn't just about lawsuits, it's about loyalty, secrets, and a family on the brink of collapse. The latest allegations against Christian Combs are shocking. It all started when Gracelle Mark, a young flight attendant with big dreams, came forward with claims that shook the internet. She pointed to a luxury yacht trip in December 2022, which was supposed to be a chill, family-friendly getaway. But, according to Gracelle, it was anything but. She says once they set sail on the fancy yacht, reportedly booked by Diddy himself, the vibes turned dark quickly. Gracelle claims Christian pushed her to drink what she suspects was spiked tequila, and things took a terrifying turn.
I suppose it could be coincidence. I don't think it's coincidence, and especially given the nature of the case.
Yes.
Because when you look at who is examining these various witnesses, especially female alleged victims, of which there will be 4.
She says he then took her to a private recording studio on the yacht where the worst happened. And here's the kicker, disturbing audio recordings are said to back up her story. Now Christian's facing serious legal trouble, and the entire Combs dynasty is taking a major hit. What happens next could change everything for one of entertainment's most famous families.
So Diddy, after the Cassie lawsuit, gets hit with a bunch of lawsuits, and then ultimately the raids, and then this criminal case.
Christian's legal team is scrambling to shut down the claims, calling them baseless. But let's be real, the allegations are too loud to ignore. What went down on that yacht wasn't just while partying. Insiders describe it as a wild carousel of celebrities, blurred lines, and outright questionable behavior.
Let's talk about the filth that's starting to come out in the early days of the Diddy trial. This, of course, is P. Diddy. Surprise, surprise, he's a creep. Surprise, surprise, he's done horrible things.
The vibe. Total chaos wrapped in luxury. According to Grace Omar, that night didn't just shake her, it wrecked her. She says her career nosedived, her mental health shattered, and her long-term relationship completely destroyed. But despite the trauma, she stepped forward. Now the fallout spinning out of control like a runaway train. Here's where it gets even more intense. The spotlight isn't just on Christian, it's casting a huge shadow over his relationship with his dad, Sean Diddy Combs. Insiders are hinting at serious tension behind closed doors. Word is Christian might even be considering something unthinkable, flipping on his own father to save himself. Yeah, you heard that right. If true, it'd be the ultimate betrayal. Could Christian really turn on the man who built an empire and gave him everything? Or are people just losing their minds under all this pressure? Either way, things are getting messier by the minute. And don't forget, this case is just scratching the surface. As more info drops, Christian's public image keeps taking hit after hit. What we're seeing is a young man living in a bubble of privilege, with the consequences finally crashing in. Omar Kai's claims about what happened on the yacht, straight up disturbing. She says he pressured her to drink, groped her, and even tried to force himself on her in the yacht's private cinema room. But it doesn't stop there. The most chilling part? The audio. According to reports, there's a recording where Omar Kai is heard telling Christian to stop over and over. Her voice sounds calm but desperate, while noises in the background paint a terrifying picture of what she says went down. That recording was captured by a producer in the yacht's makeshift studio, and insiders say it's strong evidence that could flip the whole case. But this isn't just about one night or one man. These allegations open a bigger door into the culture surrounding the Combs family. Wild parties, no boundaries, and total power with zero consequences. Now everyone's asking, where does Diddy fit into all of this?
Dishonest, violent, horrible. A promiscuous swinger who lied to and cheated on multiple partners. Incredibly, that's how Sean Diddy Combs' own lawyers describe the billionaire music mogul, currently facing serious trafficking charges in a New York court.
Diddy isn't just a music mogul, he's been one of the most powerful names in the game for decades. He built his empire from the ground up, fueled by ambition, charm, and hustle. But the shine on that legacy is fading fast. Why? Because now he's facing serious heat of his own. From a federal human trafficking investigation to lawsuits accusing him of abuse and misconduct stretching back years. What was once the image of untouchable success now looks more like a house of cards. And it's shaking hard. Diddy's entire world, both personal and professional, is falling apart right in front of us. And now, with Grace Omar's lawsuit officially naming him as a co-defendant, things just got a whole lot messier. She claims Diddy helped create the environment that led to the alleged assault, putting serious heat on both him and his son. Now the line between father and son is getting blurrier by the minute. Is this just a son going off the rails? Or is Diddy the one who laid the foundation for this whole toxic mess? Some critics are already connecting the dots, saying the disturbing behavior we're seeing from Christians sounds a lot like accusations that have followed Diddy for years. Could this be a pattern passed down, hidden under all that fame and fortune? What's clear is the Combs family's once solid front is starting to crumble. The lawsuits, the scandals, the whispers from insiders, it's all tearing at the seams. And now as legal battles heat up, the big question is who's gonna make it out? In one piece? For years, the Combs name stood for power, luxury, and success. But now these dark allegations are peeling back the shiny surface, revealing a side of the family most never imagined. The public is watching, and you better believe it, this saga is nowhere near finished. Then, just as things with Christian were reaching a breaking point, another bombshell hits. And it comes from someone who knows Diddy all too well, Cassie, his former girlfriend and music protege. Her testimony in a New York courtroom shook the industry to its core. Cassie's decision to speak out took major courage, and what she revealed is straight up chilling. She accused Diddy of manipulating, controlling, and emotionally breaking her during their relationship. Her words painted a picture of a man who allegedly ran his world through fear and secrecy, both behind the scenes and in the spotlight.
Well, the things that I experienced with him were monster-like. That stuff almost destroyed my life. Wow, for Diddy? What? You know, that was a person that I looked up to. He was a mogul, and I listened to all the artists that he made superstars. And so to have a chance to be able to be signed to him, it was amazing. It was like, oh my God, I'm here. I finally did it. He cornered me.
Cassie didn't just point fingers, she cracked open a world many suspected but few dared to confront. Now, with her voice added to the storm, pressure on Diddy is reaching a new level. Cassie didn't hold back. What she revealed about her time with Diddy left the courtroom stunned. She described spending nearly 10 years trapped in a cycle of control, fear, and emotional destruction. Her words painted the image of a man obsessed with power, someone who allegedly used threats, humiliation, and violence to keep everyone under his thumb. I feared for my career. I feared for my family. It's just embarrassing, it's horrible, and disgusting. No one should do that to anyone, Cassie reportedly told the court, her voice calm but thick with emotion. Her testimony wasn't just a personal cry for justice, it shook the foundation of Diddy's public image. But Cassie's story goes beyond herself. It opens a dangerous window into the world Christian Combs grew up in. Could the toxic energy, fear, dominance, and power trips have influenced Christian's own behavior? Are we watching a son acting out the dark patterns of his father? And just when you think it can't get more intense, Diddy's own legal problems take center stage.
And then he asked me, with his arm up, he asked me, how you doing? I'm kind of like, wow, what the heck? very uncomfortable. And then he rubbed his hand down my breast. He said, if you need anything at all, you let me know. I'm sorry, I'm just like really, I'm in this moment right now. This is crazy. Sorry.
Federal investigators are digging deep into Diddy's alleged involvement in human trafficking. Major raids hit his mansions in LA and Miami, uncovering shocking evidence shaking the industry. Authorities say Diddy's parties were more than celeb hangouts. They allegedly involved coercion, illegal drugs, and exploitation. Diddy denies everything, calling the accusations sick and fabricated. But the evidence is piling up fast, and it's not just Grace Omar speaking out. People from inside his circle are stepping up, revealing a dark, controlled world. Former producer Rodney Laurel Jones claims he was forced to record hours of disturbing footage, scenes so chilling he felt trapped and scared. Jones says he documented criminal acts but stayed silent out of fear until now. His testimony adds weight to the theory that this isn't random chaos. It could be an organized, deep-rooted network. Another former employee from one of Diddy's estates says she was pressured into an NDA after witnessing unimaginable behavior at exclusive parties thrown by Diddy himself. She's holding back details, but her legal team promises evidence that could blow this wide open.
People don't really know how much what it does to you when something that you love is taken from you and thrown away like it don't even matter, and then they move on with their lives and you're stuck. You're stuck during those years. You're still stuck 21 years later.
Her lawyers claim they have proof that could crack the case wide open. It's not just about one person, but a system that let this go unchecked for years. That statement raises questions about how deep this really goes. Another accuser, a former assistant at one of Diddy's companies, says the nightmare wasn't just at parties but part of her everyday work. Her lawsuit describes a workplace ruled by fear, verbal abuse, intimidation, and unwanted advances. She alleges Diddy used his influence as a weapon, silencing anyone who dared to speak out. She's not just talking, her legal team has submitted text messages and emails that could be key evidence in the federal investigation. With every new account, the pressure on Diddy grows, and the truth might be worse than imagined.
The centerpiece of a lot of what happened during direct testimony were freak-offs. And what the prosecution tried to show was that he forced and or coerced her into doing these freak-offs. And we've talked about this earlier this week, that at least my opinion is that in a lot of these, the prosecution just didn't close the loop. It was something she felt. They saw evidence in the case. They immediately honed in on racketeering and they started saying,
Rodney Jones, the producer at the heart of the story, says he wasn't just working for Diddy, he was trapped. He claims he was forced to witness deeply inappropriate acts and secretly record them, both audio and video. His lawsuit describes a workplace ruled by fear, control, and constant surveillance, with security teams everywhere watching to make sure no one stepped out of line. Jones described the paranoia as terrifying. Now, as more alleged victims speak out, the case grows bigger and more intense. The accusations get darker and the pressure mounts. Diddy's legal team calls this a coordinated smear campaign to ruin his legacy. But with so many voices coming forward, the story is changing. These aren't isolated claims. They sound like a chorus finally breaking years of silence. Meanwhile, the Combs family is trying to show a united front. Diddy's kids have posted emotional messages and family photos online saying, "We stand united." But insiders say behind the scenes, things aren't so perfect. The family is feeling the heat. This public display is likely damage control. Beyond the drama, there's a massive business empire at stake. For decades, Diddy has been a powerhouse from bad boy records to fashion and liquor brands. Now the empire is cracking under pressure. Sponsors are reconsidering deals, partnerships are shaky, and industry insiders wonder if this is the downfall of one of entertainment's biggest moguls. And it's not just about Diddy. His son Christian faces serious legal trouble too. The pressure on the Combs family is intense, and with the trial date approaching, anything could happen. Rumor has it Christian might consider a plea deal, one that could involve testifying against his own father. That would shake the courtroom and rock the entertainment world. Christian's caught between loyalty to his dad and saving himself. The ultimate crossroads. If he testifies, the drama goes to the next level, and the family's image of unity might finally crack.
Why is this racketeering with one guy, and they're charging this one guy? They had a real problem with that. They did not have a problem with the Mann Act. They found him guilty on the Mann Act, and they hung 6 to 6 on
Looking at the bigger picture, it's hard not to notice the echoes of major Hollywood scandals. From the Me Too movement to the ongoing fight against abuse of power in entertainment. What's happening with Diddy and Christian isn't just another celeb drama. It's part of a much deeper conversation. The real question now is, will this trial set a new standard for holding the rich and powerful accountable, or will it become just another case where fame and money protect the guilty? The courtroom battle is far from over, and the stakes couldn't be higher for Grace Omar and the other alleged victims seeking justice. For Christian, it's a fight to save his name and future. And for Diddy, it's about more than reputation. It's about protecting an empire built over decades. As we wait to see how it all unfolds, one thing's clear: the Combs family saga is more than a legal fight. It's a raw, real story of power, betrayal, and the dark side of celebrity life. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this video with your friends. Let us know what you think, and we'll catch you in the next one. If you love getting the latest celeb news with real drama and exclusive updates, hit that subscribe button now! We bring you fresh gossip every week to keep you ahead of the game. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a viral story.